Okay, this is 10.1 video review by Jared Caston and Danny Banky. Alright, so we start out with number one we gotta find the missing lengths, and for number one we are given the radius of 13.9 meters. So to get the diameter we simply double the radius, and so you take 3.9 times 2 to get 27.8. Then you plug that 27.8 in to the circumference formula, which is diameter times pi. Once you calculate that, you should get about 87.34. And Danny will continue to have her hand change color throughout the video, so don't be worried about that. We purposely did that. So, and yes, so that's it. So don't freak out about that. You're not high right now. Don't worry. Um, and then once Danny's done copying, we'll move on to number two. Number two, we're given the diameter of 22.3 kilometers. To get the radius, we divide that number by 2 to get 11.15 kilometers. And then we get the circumference by plugging in the diameter once again into the pi times the diameter. And when we're done calculating that, we should get about 70.06 kilometers. Alright, then we'll move on to number three. We gotta find the exact circumference of the circle. Um, Usually when they say that, we should leave things in terms of pi. So that then to find the thing, we gotta find the diameter first, and the diameter is the hypotenuse of this triangle. So we take 4 squared plus 3 squared is gonna equal the diameter squared. And so we add it up, so it's going to be 9 plus 16, which will then equal 25. So the square root, then we got to square root that so we can get the actual diameter, and that will be then, the diameter will then be 5. So then with 5, we plug that into the formula, so then the circumference is 5 pi. Now, on here, we decided, I guess, to do it out, and then you get an actual thing of about 15.70. So that's probably not what we're supposed to do, but we should leave it in terms of pi. Alright, so now on to number 4. We got the same thing. We got to find the exact circumference. And we have a special right triangle here. And so the two sides, the 12 milliliters, that is x, and then the hypotenuse is x square root of 2. So then we know that it is 12 square root of 2 would be the hypotenuse, which would then also be the diameter. So then we plug that into the circumference thing again. So then it'd be 12 pi square root of 2, and that would be the circumference. I think we calculate that out again too. I think Danny did that. I'm not sure what that'd be. I think it says 53.314 something something something. But we should probably leave that in terms of pi next time. Now into number 5. We're trying to find the diameter of a CD. Or not the diameter, we're trying to find the circumference, and we're given the diameter to be 116 millimeters, sorry. And so then we try to do that. So we have 116 pi, and we plug that in. So 116 pi equals about 364.42. Then on to number 6a. We gotta find the circumference, and we're given the radius, so we plug that into the 2 pi r equals the circumference. So we have 2 times 6.3 times pi, and that will get us about 39.58. On number b, we're trying to find the radius, and we are given the circumference. So we plug all the numbers that we know into the circumference equation, which would be, so it would be 87 equals 2 pi r. And so then we divide by 2 pi. 87 divided by 2 pi will then equal the radius. And when we compute that, we'll get about 13.85.